When should you downshift an automatic transmission? When going downgrade. When driving on grades, which of these is the best choice for a safe speed? Based on your vehicle and its cargo, select a speed that is safe within the posted limit. When a doctor prescribes medication for you and you know you will be driving, you should ask the doctor if the medication will affect your ability to drive. What does communicating mean in safe driving? Letting other drivers know you're there. What things should you check during a trip? Watch gauges and mirrors and use your senses to check for problems. What is the definition of sleep debt? The cumulative effect of not getting enough sleep. What should you do before driving if you are sleepy? Get some sleep. You should try to park your vehicle so that you can pull forward when you leave. When approaching a traffic light that has been green for a long time, you should start to slow down so you will be ready to stop. What should you do if you get stuck on the railroad tracks? Get out of your vehicle and away from the tracks. What is the proper way to hold the steering wheel? Firmly, with your hands on opposite sides of the wheel. When you're driving in cold weather, your tires must provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. What should you do if a car coming toward you at night keeps its high beams on? Look toward the right edge of your lane or the right edge of the road. It is illegal to drive a CMV if your blood alcohol concentration (BAC) is blank or above 0.04%. When you drive in the mountains, you will have to use lower gears to drive safely down grades. Which of these does not affect your choice of gears? Type of tire tread. What effects can wet brakes cause? Brakes can grab or become weak. When you are passing a pedestrian, a bicyclist, or another vehicle, you should assume that they may move into your traffic lane. What is the minimum tread depth for front tires? 4/32 inch. When driving through roadway work zones, you should watch for sharp pavement drop-offs. When must you wear a seat belt? Whenever you're driving a CMV. Your total stopping distance equals the sum of your perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. What are two ways to know when to upshift? Use engine speed (RPM) and road speed (mph). When you're driving at 55 miles per hour under good driving conditions, your total stopping distance will be at least 419 feet. When looking ahead of your vehicle while you are driving, you should look back and forth, near and far. What should you do if your vehicle hydroplanes? Release the accelerator. What is hydroplaning? When the tires skim over the road surface. When driving a commercial vehicle whose height is over 13 feet, you should stop and make sure if you aren't certain that a clearance is high enough. When driving at night, use your low beams when an oncoming vehicle is within 500 feet. What should the wheel bearing seals be checked for? The hub oil level and possible leaks. What three things related to cargo are the driver's responsibility? Inspecting the cargo, recognizing overloads, and properly securing the cargo. What is a pull-up? Pulling forward while backing a trailer to reposition it. What is the most important reason for being alert to hazards? You will have time to plan your escape if the hazard becomes an emergency. What is counter-steering? Turning the wheel back in the other direction after steering to avoid a hazard. When backing, why is it important to have a helper? There are blind spots you can't see. Wheel bearing seals should be checked for. Leaks. While driving, you should use your mirrors to check where the rear of your vehicle is while you make turns. What is your most valuable way to see the sides and rear while driving? Check your mirrors regularly. When you check the condition of visible parts during your pre-trip inspection, make sure that the blank are secured against snagging, rubbing, or wearing. Airlines and electrical cables. When should you review the post-trip inspection report from the previous driver? You should review it during your pre-trip inspection. You're driving a truck with a manual transmission. While driving on an uphill grade, you have to stop the truck on the shoulder. Which of these stop the truck on the shoulder? Which of these is a good rule to follow when putting it back in motion? Use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. When driving in an area with few streetlights on a clear night, if you cannot see well with your headlights, you should use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. What is the first thing you should try to do if your brakes fail while you're driving downhill? Get off the road as soon as possible. What checks should you perform on the steering gearbox? The steering box should not be missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. What is the minimum tread depth for tires other than steering axle tires? .232 inch. What is black ice? A thin layer of ice clear enough that you can see the road underneath it. When roads are slippery, you should Make turns as carefully as possible. Which of the following statements about tank vehicles is true? Special skills are required to haul liquid tanks. When driving on grades, which of these is the best choice for a safe speed? Based on your vehicle and its cargo, select a speed that is safe within the posted limit. When checking your vehicle's lights during your pre-trip inspection, you should do both of the above. What should you do before driving if you are sleepy? Get some sleep.